Good afternoon. We got another match for you today. It is Germany versus Ivory Coast. I will be doing this one solo today because German Dave is doing the German thing and having a watch party with his friends and family. So don't blame him, but this is the game I want to cover today. Hopefully it was a good choice because, well, let's look at it. Not too long ago, Netherlands Sweden, that was a 5-1. I kind of liked what Sweden was doing there at times. But they got murdered 5-1. So Netherlands finally doing something there. Slow start. Look at the table here. So Netherlands up on 4 points, Sweden in third, or with 3 in second. Japan in third with 1 point, and Tunisia 0. So yeah, that's going to be tough for Tunisia to get out of that one. I don't think they will. We'll see how that one develops. But Netherlands finally showing who's boss in this group. Otherwise, that has been the only game today. We can take a quick recap, but before we do, guys, could you please like, subscribe, follow, share? We are on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, Assist. We got horizontal streams. We got vertical streams. However you like it, we're there. Let us know. Okay, we're going to quickly look yesterday. USA 2, Australia 0. We did that live watch along. So you missed it, but we're here now. Turkey going down 1-0 to a red card in Paraguay. They are officially eliminated from the tournament. Scotland and Morocco having a tight one. As expected, it goes 1-0 for Morocco. And then Brazil, doing what they need to. Comfortable 3-0 win over Haiti. So let's jump into this one. Let's just know Ecuador, Curacao later on. But for now, Germany, Ivory Coast. We are ranked 10 versus ranked 33 tonight. We are in Toronto. So a nice open stadium. It is the smallest one. But it should be pretty comfortable. Actually, looking at the weather there, looking pretty nice. A little rainy here. I'm 4 hours up the road to the northeast of Toronto, but which isn't really that far for Canada. I was there last Friday. If you caught it, I was at the game, the Canada opener. But let's look at the lineups. Not a whole lot to change here for Germany. They're kind of keeping with the status quo. Keeping with what works, the 4-2-3-1. Manuel Neuer in net. Brown, Schlotterbeck, Ata, and Kimmich in the back four. Midfield pivot, Pavlovic and Namcha. Up top, you got Wirtz, Musiala, Sané, and the striker on a deuce, Kai Havertz. Pretty decent lineup there tonight for Germany. Now, not to diminish Ivory Coast, they got a pretty decent team. Frank Kessie is apparently allowed in the country, so here it is. There's some trauma there. Fofana in net, Onan, Agbadu, Kasunu, and Singo in the back four. Midfield three of Sangare and Kessié and Ulai. And up top, another trio of Diomande, Mboni, and Ahmad. It's going to be a little more of a competition here for Germany. That 7-1 win over Curacao, this is more legit competition tonight. So let's go. Let's get underway. Germany in their whites, Cote d'Ivoire in their orange, and we're underway. Kickoff. I will also sync up the scoreboard for you guys and get it up. And Germany, Kai Havertz puts it over the bar. Early attack. Wasting no time. Okay, and scoreboard incoming. And there it is. Okay. We're all linked up. We're at 37 seconds. And let's settle in for it. I think Germany still has this one today. They are the better team overall. I wouldn't have minded actually being at this game. Not gonna lie. Um, expensive. That's why. That's why I would have had to take another trip to Toronto as well this weekend. If the tickets were more reasonable, I probably would have. Definitely would have been a fun one to be at. But regardless, um, we got a Joseph saying hello and Dar saying, "Are you black?" I'll let you figure that one out for yourself. That's this. Wow. The 12 teen-year-olds are the 12 teen-year-olds are in the chat tonight. So there you go. What you get. And Sane right now. We're moving on the right side. Germany trying to probe Cote d'Ivoire. Still looking to take control of this game early on. Decent passing. Just keeping the ball away right now. Not gonna lie, it's looking pretty good. And a giveaway there as I say that, of course. And that launches Cote d'Ivoire on a counterattack here. Ross. It's a little messy, but it's cleaned up. Germany will have to watch out for that counterattack. It looks like Ivory Coast is just gonna absorb some of that pressure. Classic. It's a 4-3-3 though. It's not a classic counterattack formation. So makes me wonder why if or I mean this is just this is how the game has developed so far. Maybe Cote d'Ivoire will make some changes here in the formation. However, if the plan now is just to kind of slow Germany down and maybe launch a counterattack, usually play with a little bit more width. We'll see what they do with it. Currently, they're having issues just getting out past the halfway mark. But launched here down the right. Nice pass. Cross deflected, and that's a corner. Again, the German back line, it's just historically tight. And I mean, even if that ball did get through there, what are you doing? The back line is just it's ready to just lay in there and stop the attack like they did here. Kimmich challenging Diamande. Who was it? Schlotterbeck, who stepped in and just swept it away. But Diamande doing decent. He just the numbers game in that case. Too many white shirts. The Ronaldo or Messi debate. I don't care about either one of them. I just don't care. That debate is so old and tired at this point. As is Messi and Ronaldo. Old and tired. Cote d'Ivoire at the moment, almost as if they're playing with Germany right now, letting them kind of just get deep just a bit, make it seem like, okay, we got something going here, and then they just frustrate. So it's going to be up to Germany to figure out how to break down this Cote d'Ivoire defense, because at the moment, pretty solid looking. It is early though. Germany at the moment just kind of feeling things out, trying to control the tempo of the game, which haven't quite been able to. So this might come down to fitness later on at the match as well. See who chases the game because that looks like Germany's tactic at the moment is just to keep the passes going, keep that ball moving forward, and just keep Cote d'Ivoire on their toes. And we'll see deep in this game who's still got it. High pressure for Germany and Sane. Can't win it down. It's a throw in here deep for Cote d'Ivoire. I have to build up from the back. And throwing it up the touchline. It's working out. Bonnie's still with it. Bombing down the left, doing well. Diamandi's there to support. And a couple players down. Ball crossed into the box, though. The play goes on. 50-50. No fouls on the play. Oh, and just a misplay. Misplay gives it back and launching a counterattack for Germany here. Fed through Sonny just if it was perhaps somebody a little quicker like Kai Havertz up there. Maybe. But Cote d'Ivoire doing well to close down both defenses. You know, not being shy to play the line a little bit higher, but doing well to drop back and defend. Hey Dan, how's it going? What's up, brother? And battle in the midfield. No call. It's all fair. Let's go. Gonna be a physical one. That's another big point of this game, too. They're both fairly physical teams. And when it comes to European teams that tend to sometimes be soft, German is a little bit less of a soft team, if you will. A little less European in that manner. Yes, Dan, that Sweden Netherlands game. I gotta say too, first of all, the colors. Colors from both sides. Love it. But that Sweden jersey is sexy. I love that. I love that kit. Killed it. Nice pass. Nice pass, but that back pass was not so good. David, she's all over the place. Or sorry, Verts. Germany trying to settle in deep in the Cote d'Ivoire zone, headed on, punched out, and Fofana saving the play so far, trying to get a counterattack, but denied. And a bit of excitement there. And Germany's continuing to probe, can't quite get something clean there. Havertz with the header. Relatively easy save. German Dave is in Germany doing German stuff, watching German soccer. He's at a watch party. It would have been, it would be nice if he directed that one, but also no was defending him. He was on him. That's a big dude. Plays for Atalanta. 188 centimeters. Ooh, that is a foul now. A little silly by Ivory Coast. Zingo going into the challenge gets away with it. No card. Schlotterbeck's in a bit of pain right now, it looks like. Gotta walk that one off. Ooh, and Juan heavily in midfield. It's a Cote d'Ivoire counterattack now. Coming down on left, Diomande cutting in. Ross into the box. There's space. Shot is blocked off. Big deflection going out the side for a throw. Well, decent with the Conan overlap. Cross into the box, creating danger. Brown there defending it though. Keeping it out for now. But still Cote d'Ivoire with possession. Well, that goes Jeremy's way, it looks like. In any case, thrown in. Sane with it on the right side. He's going to cut in now. Too high up, though. Can't get into the box. And this is a problem for Germany right now. They're not actually getting enough touches in the box, despite getting it up into the zone, doing the work to get it there. They can't step into the danger zone. Trying to go long on that one to Kai Havertz, and it's a little too long. Straight to Fofana. EJ's here now. Yeah, let me get the comments on stage here for everyone. Thank you everyone for joining. Just so you know, we are multi-streaming. All the chats are split up, so you might not see everything. That's why I do have it on screen here for everyone to see. Because there's even two YouTube, one vertical, one horizontal. So definitely check on screen for the comments to see if you missed anything. Otherwise, that's YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and Assist. Like, follow, share everywhere. And Diomande cannot control that one. Goal kick. So Schlotterbeck down. And he's calling for the trainer. Well, that is not a good look. This early, 13 minutes. They have Rudiger, David Rom, Malik Shaw, and Anton as defenders. Rom is a left back, however. So it won't be him. You got Malik Shaw, Anton, Rudiger. Any one of those three. Let's see what we get. He has walked off to get his treatment now. We'll see, because he can walk. He can put weight on it. Germany's going to have to play with 10 men for the moment. All right, Neuer finally kicks it downfield. Guess this one moving again. About 90 seconds or so there, wasted to the injury. But the first 15 minutes are done, and not too bad. Both teams looking decent so far. Germany with a bit more of the positive possession, trying to get forward. However, Cote d'Ivoire, when they do come in on a counterattack, they seem to have a little bit more penetration. Overall, fairly evenly matched. Did expect a tighter competition here today. But that time, on Diomande, just one touching the pass and going nowhere, out of bounds. A little bit disappointing on that play. They're going to have to clean those things up. And that's where Germany is going to overmatch Cote d'Ivoire, is just a little bit more quality. Gonna create a little bit more space, more opportunity. You never know. You never know with these ones. After the 7-1 thumping over Curacao, do Germany stumble here a little bit today? Or, I mean, if they win, they're pretty much clean through at this point. The day is young yet here as on the left side, centered ends. Sane can't get there. Habits overrun. Ron Brown looking, seeing, can't connect it. I did not see the Diamande post. What was that all about? I don't know if I can find it. If it's one of those things all over socials. I didn't actually check socials in the last couple hours though. And ooh, from long range, Brown is going to take an attempt, or Musiala, sorry, is taking that attempt and pulling it to the right. Not too bad. Let's see. Taking a look. Nice and central. And that was actually saved from Fofana and pushed it wide. So good save. At least from the one angle, it looked like he got a touch. What's his backstory? Um, AS Marca? I mean, this is a Spanish newspaper. A tricky Paraguay match could be replayed. Paraguay's goal scorer, Matias Galarza, that little prick, while everyone was arguing, spotted referee Ivan Barton's watch on the ground and pocketed it. This move is straight up theft, a rules violation, and plain rudeness. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen or if that's just some internet trolling. Um, yeah, not seeing it though. In any case, nice penetrating pass, but Fofana aggressive. Loving, loving the play by Fofana so far today. Nice and solid at the back. Plays for Rizespor in Turkey. There's a few Fofanas out there. This is a Yahya. Turkey will still lose, so it doesn't matter. Oh man. On that note, though, Yildiz, I hope he does not play that third match. He needs to rest. He needs to. I understand the call to play for your country, but the guy that pays him, he's the one he should get healthy for. That's Juventus. Mr. John Elkin needs a healthy Yildiz. We all need a healthy Yildiz. Germany winning it down low again. Ooh, that one dips. Not quite enough, though. And that didn't look dangerous at first. I thought it was going to go nice and high. But the dip on that ball. Musiala putting some technique on it. Nice. Oh, shit. Um, Nice penetrating ass. Yeah, I could see pass ass. Pretty close. Pretty close. It will be a corner, though, taken short for Germany. And that goes in. Wow. Pavlovich there. I don't know. They're gonna check this one. This was not clear cut. Okay, well let's see. Let's see what happened here. So Brown gives it short. Okay, so Fofana. Okay, so Pavlovich does make contact with Fofana. Fofana had the ball basically in his hands, or it was coming into his hands. Okay, well, we'll see how they rule. Fofana is making a meal of it. I don't know if he's really that injured. And it is shoulder to shoulder. He just got overmatched by Pavlovich in that case. Hmm. That will be interesting. That might be a tight call. I'm not sure what they called on the play. Now the TV showed goal, but I didn't see the ref give the signal. Could be mistaken. So I don't know what the call on the play was, but the call on the play was no goal. Okay, it's no goal. That's official. That could be controversial. What do you guys think? Was that a foul on Pavlovich, or should that have been a goal? Pavlovich too argued it was with the shoulder to shoulder. I can definitely see both arguments. Mm, interesting. Interesting anyways. That one's going to be talked about. I wouldn't mind seeing a breakdown later on with that as well. BJ's thinking it's a goal. I would edge towards goal myself. It just seemed very routine. Goalkeeper could have been stronger with it. And now we have the cool and break. Yeah, so we're 24, almost 25 minutes in. And it's still tied up. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. And yeah, I think Germany's going to feel a little bit aggrieved on this one. Also like to know what German Dave thought about. I could ask him, see if I get a message. Yeah. Got the question out there to the Dave and Dash, see what they think about it. Get a second or third opinion on it. It probably should have been in. Okay, we'll look at the FOT mob here quickly while we have a couple minutes just to look over things, see how the game has progressed. Everyone in the sixes, both teams. Nobody's really stood out so far. Again, Day is young, but this is pretty accurate. Nobody has really done anything of note here. Look at the facts. And here is the momentum, mostly Germany. I mean, that does check out. There was this moment here for sure where it seemed like Cote d'Ivoire started to get a bit of that momentum. It has been mostly Germany, 64% of the possession, XG of 0.19 to 0.09, shots 4-1, touches in opposition box 4-3. Big chances 1-0 and missed 1-0, passing 161 at 91 and 88 at 89%. So slight advantages in Germany's favor, but really, really not an overmatch in any sense of the word right now. If they keep this up, you know, probably eventually edge Cote d'Ivoire here. But all it takes is that one moment of greatness, that one counterattack, and it can swing. And it very well could be because Cote d'Ivoire, even though they haven't really maintained a lot of the possession, they haven't controlled the game. They have been playing more of that counterattack style, absorbing the pressure. They have done well to get back. The Germans, I mean, the defense today, I do have to give kudos to both sides. Something we haven't seen too much in this tournament is great defending. However, yeah, both these teams have done well so far. 25 minutes. What about Kimmich? His smile? His shitting grin? Eight. Start this off again with the throw-in. And we restart at 28 minutes. Let's go. And while we're at it, Juan Gabriel Benitez Mareco is the referee tonight. Capacity, we got full, it looks like full capacity, 43,036. Beautiful day. What are we, 22 degrees, partly cloudy. That's damn near perfect, let me tell you. Not going to be baking in the sun. Nice cool breeze. You're right on Lake Ontario, so there's always a nice cool breeze. Enough of a breeze that they have a wind turbine. Oh, and it does go in. It does go in. But the one take the lead, picking up the garbage ball, bouncing around inside the box. The ref is immediately on his earpiece to look at this one. There are a few deflections, but as it stands now, I think they're calling it a goal, unlike the previous attempt there by Germany. And just like that, as suspected, right? Germany doesn't take much. Catch them out. Again, on the left side, Diomande crossing it in. I don't see how that's not a goal. And it's Frank Kessié. Just tap. It's a tap-in. At the end of the day, after it bounces around a couple people, it's just a tap-in. But there you go. 1-0, Côte d'Ivoire. I expect huge response here by Germany. Of course, now are running the risk of getting caught out again as they push that line higher. And it was just close enough of a game for those stat lines to kind of be deceiving. And the only stat line that matters now is the score. Antonio Rudiger out there warming up. And Schlotterbeck is still playing. So I don't know if he makes it to the halftime. They substitute him out if he's okay. Rudiger, he is slow. Is big and slow, but not a bad option off the bench. Megan John saying, hey, how's it going? No, it is not my first stream. We do this. Been streaming every single day this week. Pretty much. Might have taken like a Tuesday off. I can't remember. Pretty much every day. It's World Cup. Gotta keep it going. You kind of hate Rudiger. Why is that? Why don't we like Rudiger? He is, I suppose, a little rough around the edges. Definitely not like gonna win most favorite player award or anything like that. I get that. I wouldn't say he's my favorite player either, but I mean he's a solid defender. Because of Real Madrid stuff, yeah. Just any Real Madrid stuff. Always nonsense going on with Real Madrid, isn't there? When you're the biggest. And that's Frank's 16th goal for Cote d'Ivoire. Decent tally. Man, gotta delete another user here. Pat's got all the spammers here tonight. Yes, Megan, if you look at the you look on screen, I have the live chat. I'm streaming everywhere. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick and Assist. Catch me all over the place. Yeah, Twitch and Kick. That's like onesies and twosies. Yes, it is fun. It is, of course. That's why I do it. I don't do it to make money because that's can't quit the day job. No, the way we look at it too, if we're gonna watch it anyways, might as well enjoy it. I get way more into it anyways. I absorb way more of it. So I do actually much prefer streaming these games. And that pass is just well overcooked there. I think that might be a little bit of frustration from Germany as they're now trailing and can't seem to find that momentum. Ten minutes left of the half. I need to see a response by Germany here. They just need to slow it down a little bit, get the passing going, build that momentum. They do have time. They don't have to rush anything. Just keep it clinical, play their game. And the answer to the earlier question in that, how is Cote d'Ivoire going to play a counterattack with the 4-3-3, a non-traditional counterattack? Well, Diamandi, it's all Diamandi, honestly, just owning that left wing. So very wide 4-3-3. You do have Diamandi, I guess he can do. You can do that. He plays for RB Leipzig, 19-year-old. Kid's got pace. One of the big up and coming stars of this tournament. So still possession with Germany, but still frustration in that they can't really get that penetration. And they can't even get into the box right now. You'd think with the amount of skill, they'd be able to find something. Here's Sane, and he's just stopped up. Pavlovich turned around. And good press up and a win of the ball here for Cote d'Ivoire. And the ball is now going the other way. And it's a 3-on-3. And good save by Nura. It was looking like it was going to curl. I think at the end of the day, there just wasn't enough on that shot. But Germany getting caught out again. And it was looking dangerous. Another shot on for Cote d'Ivoire. And they really have Germany's name and number right now, as Germany are trying to get a quick one going here. Down low on the left, and oh, Cote d'Ivoire just stronger. Bad pass. They get away with it, though. And now Cote d'Ivoire have to settle things down. Oh, and a bobble here and a giveaway. And it's a goal for Germany and Kai Havertz. Now, on a 3 tally, no goal. Another German goal has been taken away. And I'm not quite sure what happened with that. And there is a foul. Jan Musiala. So I'm assuming they have not said for sure, but I'm assuming it was that contact. Even though the play went on, they let it play out, which is interesting. Because if it was a clear foul, maybe just too much reliance on the VAR in that case. A foul, it's not an offside where they let the play go on. Okay, things getting chippy now. Liking it. They keep their cool for now. BJ's having a hard time over there. I didn't know you were such a German fan. But that brings in an interesting conversation, right? So the rules don't dictate that you're supposed to let the play run in that situation on a foul. But they did, knowing that the VAR is there to back them up. But it's not supposed to be used in that capacity, not in the way the rule book is laid out. So I think it's kind of cowardly by the referee to rely on the VAR to back up his call. Delivery in for Germany, though, and it's defended. And quick ball up the field. It's a 1-on-1. Brown is the only one left to defend, and Schlotterbeck, or that Nemcha. It was Ta. Sorry. The defense comes back. And immediately released off the left side, but Germany does finally lose their man. Sort of. They're struggling. Ball centered. Ball shot and deflected wide. It's going to the corner. 40 minutes in now. And Germany is really trying to get this one tied up before the break. I think it's okay to rely on VAR as long as you make the right decisions. Well, but then what if you don't? You know? How do you know it's the right decision if you're questioning it? If you're not that sure that you're gonna wanna rely on VAR, how do you know it's the right decision then? Because 'Cause you're not confident in that decision making. That's the way I'd look at that. On the volleyball, can't get through. Cote d'Ivoire looks like they're defending at the 89th minute, and it's all orange shirts in the box to try to see this half out. Oh, Messi again, Cote d'Ivoire, they're flailing to get the ball out. It is a lot of pressure they're under now, but they still somehow find Diamandi and a counterattack ensues. This is great football by Cote d'Ivoire. Just battling it out. I mean, it's not pretty. It's not the most technical. The ref is, or sorry, the coach is probably losing his mind right now as that 1-0 lead looks like it might slip away, as it almost has on two occasions. It is nervous, but it's working for the moment, and it's making for some interesting and exciting watching. So I'm here for it. Yeah, you can make okay, so my argument is yes, you are right. You can make clearer decisions after looking at VAR, but VAR is not supposed to be used in that capacity. That's supposed to be used for an offside call, not for fouls. Right, in terms of letting the play run in that situation. So if that's something we wanna do, then it's gotta be in the rule book. And I've just seen some very loose interpretation of the rules in this tournament so far. Like it's clear some of these confederations, and we know that. That's no surprise. The way the refs, maybe level of training, experience, interpretation of the rules, it changes country to country and person to person. So yeah, there's been a couple questions in terms of the refereeing so far. I mean, overall, nothing too crazy. Maybe that U.S. Australia game yesterday, there was some questions to be asked. I'll buy into some of the theories on that one because I called them out too live yesterday on the stream. Messy one. It looks like when it's coming to things like, and it's easy. It's easy to poke them out as conspiracies, right? When they favor the host nation or when they favor the goats, Messi, whatever you want to call them. Meanwhile, Nemcha trying to maintain composure here. He does, but has to go back and start over from the defensive line. Germany can't find the way through. Sane coming in and just stopped. Just nowhere to go. Still the pressure down low. Germany just trying to grind her out. And I hate to say it, and this is why I like Cote d'Ivoire. They're more of a grindy team. They play with that grit. No, they're not the best. They're not the most skilled technical team, but they play with heart. They play with a certain intensity that I enjoy and appreciate. Now, one thing, and I do agree, BJ. Like, yeah, maybe if our refereeing is that bad that we need to rely on the technology to make good calls, it's not a horrible idea. I still think the ref should be confident in the call one way or the other. But every time we put in more rules, especially when we're talking about video review, you're slowing down the game more and more. And we've seen that, right? On when there's an over reliance on the VAR, you have those goals that you celebrate and get called back, and there's that emotional roller coaster and that frustration, right? And that's not right. And plus, just the stoppage in the game, the momentum. Like, there's a team like in this case Germany trying to build momentum, try to snatch one in late, and you keep on killing the game or reviews. You got to balance it out. You can't do everything with a fine tooth comb. Nemshut's trying to just smash one through from range. There's 7 minutes that have been added on. The first one's down. Oh, and just not enough there from Singo. He gets lopped off of his run, but another valiant effort trying to move that ball forward. But you can see now entire legs from Cote d'Ivoire who have just been on all-out defense as if this was the 97th minute, not the 46th. But huge if they keep the lead going into the half. Lots of added time, though, to defend off. We haven't really seen that much in the first half. I understand 90 seconds for Schlotterbeck. 3 minutes for the cooling break. That's 4.5 minutes. Call it 5. And no call there again for Germany in the box. And I didn't see that clearly. But looking at this again. Oh, I don't. No. Musiala trips himself up. Okay, so BJ, you bring up a good debate. Because that actually goes either way. So most notably is when it's a really tight and close call. And it takes that much longer to figure it out. And we're talking about fine margins. But when you slow things down and you take it back out of the flow of the play, it sometimes looks a lot different than on the run. So I guess what I'm saying is what is a fair goal? Right? So you have to look at what the spirit of the rule is. And this is where VAR kind of screws things up. Is that they're not now looking at the spirit of the rule on the fly. They are looking at complete textbook black and white, and they take any of the emotion out of the game. And when we sit here and talk about what we rather have, yeah, we're all going to say we want a fair game. In reality, humans do not want a fair game. We want the excitement. We want the emotion. We don't want to be taken out of the game, even if it's to our own detriment. When you ask, like in hindsight, and you analyze how people feel about the game, they actually like the imbalance because that's human nature. Because they either like the big teams, the big exciting teams, or they like the underdog story. I mean, if every game is 0-0, 1-1, like nobody likes that. And that was a complaint with a lot of these early games is that they were just these ties. The only reason why we enjoyed all these ties is because they came from really small teams. Right? If this was like Italy, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Netherlands, Brazil, Argentina, if all of these games were played, all these big teams going off against each other and everything ties 1-1, we're just like, this is crap. We like the imbalance. We like that underdog story. The minion going against the giant. Or just the giant like Germany against Curacao just going into a pummel show, right? That's why we don't, as a whole, we don't like Allegri and his terror ball. We don't like those tight, boring games that are balanced that coaches like because their defense is working well and they're doing just enough to win a game. Fans hate that. Like you need that emotion, and that is the biggest argument against the VAR, even if it does it in fairness. Because humans are messed up, man. It's just how we are. We're just messed up. We're irrational creatures. Still no way forward for Germany. Very frustrating for them as the final minute now approaches and nothing. Nothing except 2 goals called back for Germany, and another peak there's taken away. Now, Cote d'Ivoire cannot continue this for another 45 minutes. That's a very tall order. I would be surprised if it stands if Germany can keep this intensity going for the entirety of this match. Because they started off on the front foot too. They weren't necessarily just taken or easy. They've been going now for a solid 45 plus 7. Oh, and a nice little pass into the box. And oh no. Florian Wirtz just cannot get a good foot on her. And this is gonna kill off the half, I'm pretty sure now. Dane. And was it Musiala with the back heel? No, that was Nemcha with the back heel. That was a nice little passage of play there deep in the box. That was the closest. Just not enough there. Enough there for Germany. I mean, think about if the ref messed up. It's fun if you went for 3 because it may be bad ref, but how upset would you be if you're on the losing side? No, you're upset, but it's still that emotion that we latch onto. It's still an emotion. Like, why do we continue to watch losing teams? Like, a lot of Juve fans started watching Juve when they were winning their 9 straight. But now they're losing, now they're out of the Champions League. We're still watching them. We still enjoy watching a losing team, not as much as winning or watching a winning team. Like I said, it doesn't make sense. But generally speaking, at least from the polls that have been taken and the research that has been done, yeah, it's kinda what we prefer. We don't like the balance. Alright, so it's halftime. It's not that I'm disagreeing with you, I'm just kinda like from the psychology that I've read about all of. So yeah, you do. You just lose a bit of that emotion, fair or not fair, anytime you bring in video review. Now, obviously, I am a fan of video review, but I'm a fan of video review used within, like, clear guidelines in a manner that it instills a level of fairness without taking away the flow and the emotion of the game. There has to be a middle ground somewhere in all that, right? Because, yeah, without VAR, it's a complete shit show, but we've seen the over reliance of VAR. Especially in Serie A, right? We've seen that in Serie A and how they've implemented the EPL as well has not implemented it the best either, and that's what upsets the fans. So there's got to be the right construct built around it. Anyways, that's a lot talking about VAR here. Let's jump in a little bit to the FOTMOB and look at the numbers for the half. That's what people are here for, right? I mean, we're here for all the footy conversation, one way or another. So, a little surprised. I shouldn't be a little surprised, honestly. I just I guess what I'm most surprised about is that Germany like, okay, it's one thing not to get a goal, especially the way that Cote d'Ivoire have been defending this half. Like, they have done well. It has been desperate at times, but so has the attack from Germany. If you look at the numbers here, okay, Agbadou gets a 6.9, but you're 7.1, 7.2, 7. The back line's being solid. They're doing their job. And in comparison to the German back line, 5.7, 6.8, 6.5, 6.6. Even the midfield, a 7, a 7.2, 7.3. against the Pavlovich Nemcha, 6.6, 6.2. Havertz at a 5.9. Like the front line here from Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, Diamande has really been stretching the play. I'll give him that. But Bonnie, Ahmed haven't done much. It's the midfield. How are games won in the midfield? And now, after questioning, why a 4-3-3, why that would work. Well, having three midfielders, and because you can rely on a Diamande to go wide and make that play. You're not relying on Ulai. You're not relying on Kessie to create that width. You're getting that from Diamande and Ahmad. So they can take that 3-pack of midfielders and compress that and dominate the midfield, because the Germans are only using the pivot. Musiala, yeah, sure, he comes back, but he's an attacking midfielder. So when it comes to those loose balls, when it comes to the domination of the midfield, right now, Cote d'Ivoire, they're winning that. Okay. Substitutions. That's a good segue there, BJ. So sub off Sane, you have Undav Löweling. Yeah, Jamie Löweling right there. Okay, you said Voltamed. Let's look. All attackers here. Yeah, Voltamed, Löweling, Undav are your only three attackers. Okay, so you named the three. Sane has been okay. He's rated low. He's running out of options. He's getting the ball, he's cutting in, yeah, and then he just maybe you need just something with a little bit more speed there. Just to break it down. Sane, he's 30, not super old. But yeah, he's been playing Galatasaray now. Maybe that's had effect. Undav. Stuttgart, 29. Löweling, also Stuttgart, 25. And Voltamed is playing for Newcastle, and he is 24. But he's more of a left as well. Yeah, you have options. Yeah, change him out. Maybe something in the midfield. You need more in that midfield. Who do we got? Hmm. Yeah, they do have probably their best midfield currently. I mean, they do. Who would you want? They have so many midfielders too, and they're only playing with a pivot. I wonder, does Germany change? Do they go with a 3-man midfield and try to win the midfield back? They got the midfielders there to do it. I mean, it's still decent. I'm not saying these guys are bad. Goretzka's maybe had a bit of a drop off. He's 31 now. Uedrago. He's 20. Probably on the younger side. Max Bayer. He's only 23 as well. I mean, but you have the options, right? And then Yem Emiri. Don't think I'd be putting him on though. Pascal Gross. He's 35 now. Yeah, so they got a pretty old midfield. Couple youngsters and then some oldies, right? They're missing that middle ground a bit. But that's, to me, that's really the breakdown there for Germany right now. Now, That being said, for Cote d'Ivoire, I haven't minded Diomande. Ahmad Bani not doing much. We got Touré. They have a lot of attackers as well. Yeah, they're gonna have to put some fresh legs up top as well. They need to keep that ball moving forward, and that was an issue. Is Cote d'Ivoire towards the end there, as that pressure came on from Germany, as they were not able to break out, relying so much to come out on in those wide areas. And as they tired out, they could not keep that intensity on the counter to really get that space. So don't know if they make the changes right away for Germany. I think you need to change something right now. Maybe go into more of a classic 4-3-3. Have to take Musiala off though, which you wouldn't really want to do. Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause he's been okay, been decent. And yeah, that's the problem too. They don't have they're a very modern team in that they don't have that big massive number 9 necessarily. Kai Havertz is not necessarily that big dude. Funny from a German team, right? 193. He is tall, but he's not that, that big chunky like your Lukaku. Lukaku. Your Lukaku's for instance, right? That kind of profile. Your Hollands, Harry Kane's, just a big solid mass to dominate that box. And I feel that's really, again, outside of the midfield, that's where they're breaking down Germany, is that they don't have that like overpowering sort of presence in the box. Against most teams, I would say you could probably argue that they would overpower, but this is Cote d'Ivoire, man. Like they got some big dudes there, and they're just bigger dudes. They're just more. It's more. You know what I'm saying? Like Cote d'Ivoire's defense right now is just more than what Germany is able to slot into the box. How about Kessié for the goal? Yeah, I mean it was a tap in for him at the end of the day. Got to be there. You got to do it. And I mean, just so classic. That goal's so classic. Just snatching one back from a team that's pressing high and keeping the press high. Takes that one little moment, that one little play, and a sloppy ball into the box, bouncing around. The X factor. They got it today, man. Ultimate could work. He would probably be my choice. I would agree with that overall. Probably your best chance there. I'm 198. He's got some height. But yeah, again, like you can even tell in his face, he doesn't have that big, just like big dude look. You know what I'm saying? Cross inshallah. Maybe that's the go. All right, before this gets underway here, I'm gonna take a washroom break. Hate to do this while I'm solo, but you have 2 minutes. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll make it back. All right. All right. That was too long. Minute 20. Sorry for you know, nature calls sometimes. But guys, thank you for joining in today. Um sorry. Settle back in here. Yes, thank you for joining in. If you've come halfway through, welcome. It is currently Cote d'Ivoire up 1-0, about to start the second half. We are currently streaming on YouTube, both vertical and horizontal. We're on Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and Assist. Follow, like, share everywhere. Description, bio, everything's in there to get everywhere else. Oh, I totally washed my hands. I mean, they're still a little bit wet. I didn't dry them properly, but I did wash my hands. A big section of the stands haven't made it back yet. All those Germans are lining up for the beer. That place is a shit show. I'll tell you, like especially the upper area. Very well. That's the lower area. It should be a little bit easier to get beers there. Okay. No changes. Nothing noted here. But Schlotterbeck, I did okay. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I saw Rudiger there. Just showed up. Confirmed Rudiger on for Schlotterbeck. The scoreboard. Sorry, let me put that up for you. All right, scoreboard's up. Settle in for another 45. No change information. Either team. Only the one substitution. This time, Cote d'Ivoire player down, no call. So at least the ref is calling it fairly in that sense. I don't know. I don't know if we want to say fairly yet. That call, we didn't discuss that at the half. We discussed it when it happened. But still, controversial first non-goal. And the stream is showing a 4-1-2-3 for Cote d'Ivoire. But it is a 4-3-3 listed on FOTMob. It is a slight variation of the formation. Not nothing egregious anyways in that sense. Nice. Germany bringing it up now, keeping the pace. Musiala and not tuck it in. Wins the corner. Good dribble. Hacking the play. That's much better. Not tons of space. They're using his speed and his movement to open the door a touch. And that's exactly what Germany's going to need here. Kimmich, though, for the corner. It's taken short with the verge back to Kimmich, crossed in, collected by Fofana. Can benefit Germany to lose. To just wake them up a little bit. Because so far, every team, essentially, other than, I guess, France, with the blowouts. France, Germany for sure. USA could use a little pagan. Matter's chasing down, trying to force the Matter. And Germany can only do this so much. They can't go full 90 just chasing the game. Their legs are going to fall out from underneath them eventually. And if it stays this way, it's all going to be down to the substitutes to keep that going, essentially. Keep that energy. Oh, so you don't face France in knockout. Okay. Yeah. Unless France screws up, you can't rely on that either, right? Like, what if France slip up? Which they're prone to. I don't care if they have the best team on paper. They have also some of the most drama in the locker room. So nice, Cassie, strong in the midfield, doing well. It's Cote d'Ivoire, Cassie. Oh, just a bit taken off that shot, and it bobbles to Manuel Neuer, and that was looking dangerous by Cote d'Ivoire again. All right, camera. Gotta reset my camera. There we go. Camera's back. All right. Germany. They will look to give this one straight back away in the midfield and not even attempt to go at this, as it's again Cote d'Ivoire coming up quick, this time on the right. Centered ball and over the bar. That was a close one. That's unfortunately for Cote d'Ivoire is gonna have to lock her in. That was Ulai. Just leading back on it. Gotta be better in that situation. It's gotta be a little bit better. Will that bite them? Germany, they're fucking coming at her. Sane with it now. Verts scooping it over. Not seen through. Whacked away. Ball's bouncing. Who gets it? And for the time being, I can't tell. It's everywhere. Back and forth. Nobody can control it. And that will play in a little bit more into Cote d'Ivoire's hands right now. They don't mind if this gets a little messy. That's how they got their goal. That's how they've been defending. It's working. It's Germany that wants to play clinical. And that's one of the best things you can do against a technical German team is just make it messy. Oh, and that was almost a little messy one for Germany as it bounces around, but a little bit too bouncy there. Just not working out for them. And again, maybe just make this game a little bit more blue collar here for Germany. Not looking for all the nice, crisp, fancy passing. Let's get down and dirty. At some point, you got to change the style because the style ain't working. I know you got to play your own game. This is what Germany is, but you got to adapt a little bit. Cote d'Ivoire just playing a little bit more blue collar, and it's working out for him. Cote d'Ivoire doing decent now, just to hold on. Oh, and not enough space there. Oh, he wins it back. I love it. Ahmed gets it to Kessie. He's knocked down. There's no call. He's upset with that, but Ahmed doing well. Working the right side. Double teamed. He don't care. Not really double teamed, but kind of all alone down in that right flank. No, that's definitely not a foul. Cassie kind of overextended, slipped. It's a corner, though, and it's still another chance here for Cote d'Ivoire. Ball's in, and it's way too deep. Oh, Diamande putting a shoulder up on Pavlovic. She's getting spoken to, and it's going to be a Germany ball. Oh, but stolen here quick. And my stream's wigging out. No. No, I don't know what's happening. Okay, I'll put the Fought Mob facts on. My internet. No, internet. Come on, buddy. Gotta refresh my stream. Well, this is gonna be a little awkward here for Ramona as I try to get the stream back up because it is not coming. The internet is fine. The page itself loads quite fine, but the stream is not loading up. But as I can tell from Fought Mob anyways, there has been nothing on the play. So that was a let off. I mean, I'm uploading to you guys, man. That's not an issue. So my stream is down. I wonder if that's for anyone else. Be get it in French. I'm trying everything here, guys. Sorry. I'm working. I'm trying to work it. Okay, like I'm loading. Yeah, I load up YouTube just fine. So it is the stream itself. I'm even looking at myself. I just loaded up my own YouTube. So come on, TSN. Well, this is the service provider at this point. This sucks. And this is unfortunately one of those issues doing live watch alongs as we do. Mind you, I haven't relied on TSN for anything other than what one-off matches for like baseball or hockey or something. I have never had to use TSN for a footy match, and now it is failing me. Well, shit. Give it a couple minutes. I might have to shut her down prematurely, or let's try my phone. Maybe I'll watch it on my phone. That would be funny. That would be a first. I get it on my phone. So let's do it like this then. Yeah, the time is what the fuck, man? Like, what is going on? I'll continue to try to get it onto the big screen here. Germany scooping it in, but defend it off. It's gonna be hard for me to tell who's who here. Not gonna need headphones on anymore. Okay, and it is back. It is. Oh my lord. Okay, so the stream just had a hiccup there for a couple minutes. Kimmich at the corner. Sorry for those technical difficulties. And caught by Fofana. Oh, Havertz down. Holding the back of his head. Oh, there wasn't that much in it. Just a bit of an elbow. Ugh. Come on. Okay, Sane is coming off. Yeah, you called it, BJ. Sane, Musiala, and Pavlovic are all coming off. Luveling, Undav, and Amiri. Come on. That is 2 forwards in a midfield. Defender there at the half. 1 left for Germany. Exactly 60 minutes in, and they need to change the tempo of this game. Those substitutes have to do something now for Germany. 30 to go, and it hasn't looked great. And there's a non-call, contact made. It's a battle. Refs letting them play. A little desperate by Germany. Can't get it cleanly. Giving it away to Cote d'Ivoire now, and they could use this opportunity to maybe try to catch Germany out, but they'll give it away instead. Germany come back at her. Zingo's down right in the midfield there. Germany continue on, and the shot is launched. Kessie's having some words with the ref now. There was a bit of a tug there, Undav on Singo. Again, in slow-mo, it's hard to see how much of a tug that really was. Ivory Coast can really still make an effect on this game as well. They have no substitutes made yet. So that'll be interesting to see as Germany commits early. They just got to take an edge. Just take the edge out. If anything, if there even is an edge to take out here for Germany. 2 strikers up front. Let's take a look at how we have it. I think it might be 8. Let's see here. There are 2 Havertz for sure up top there. And then Undav as well. Big cross in, and it's too big. Straight out. Defended out. So no posted change information. But that doesn't mean that they're not actually changing things up here live on the pitch. And Kimmich from the corner. Curls long, and it's headed out behind the net. Yeah, Havertz just doesn't get enough of that one. Or he does, directs it wide. He's defended there by Sangare. Maybe doing just enough. Cote d'Ivoire, lots of pressure. And Germany just continues to try to crank her down to no effect. Cote d'Ivoire trying to get it forward. Germany denying that, trying to. Oh no, big tumble there in the midfield. 2 Germans and a Cote d'Ivoire player down. Just slowly getting up here. Couple little tumbles happening in behind the play. There's still a German player down. That is number 20, Amiri, just coming on and now hobbling and favoring his leg. Yeah, that might be knee on knee. That's gonna hurt. Germany with it. Still being held back. I want to say with these substitutions, the passing may have gotten slightly worse. It's been 5 minutes now. Time to settle in. Germany essentially just playing with 2 defenders, everyone up high. And they get a cheaply earned corner off this. The pass deflected out. And an opportunity, maybe, if anything, at this point. They've had quite a few corners now. They, again, don't have a size overmatch here against the Cote d'Ivoirians. But sometimes you just need to toss one in and hope for something messy. Let's see. Or something brilliant. Either way. Kimmich delivers. And punched out. Amiri gets it. He's looking okay. And there's a whistle. Fofana down. Was there more contact? He looks like he's in a lot of pain, holding his shoulder. Now, is this legit? Is this time wasting? The German fans think this is time wasting. Punched out. And then lands. He did contact his own player there. Maybe he just landed funny as a result. I don't know. He looks okay, though. That's got to be some time wasting. At Dark Arts. This seems like the wins out of the sails, even for Germany. The game just grinding down. That will go into Cote d'Ivoire's hands at the moment as delivery for Germany, and I spoke too soon. It's 1-1, and what a beautiful delivery. And is that off the... Was it Amiri? Or was it Undav? It was one of the substitutes. It was Amiri. Amiri from that long delivery. And there's Thomas Mueller cheering them on. Let's look at this again. Who was it from? Oh, it was Amiri to Undav. It was both of them. All right. So both the substitutes linking up. What a beautiful delivery. And that's exactly that moment of quality that they needed there. Crossing into the box. Somebody's got to attack it. Somebody does in this case. And Nagelsmann is going to be praised for making some good substitutions here. And it's all locked up 68 minutes. Game on. writing was on the wall, perhaps. Is there more? Momentum swings to Germany. Immediately come back onto this one centered, and it is kept out. Big deflection. Havertz can't get onto it. What is the response from Ivory Coast? Do they play for the tie? Do they continue this game plan? Germany, I mean, they've just been trying the same thing all game. They have their game plan. We know what it is. They're going to try to do more of it. Launching another attack here, keeping on to the ball. Another delivery from Kimmich, and that delivery was not so good. But at the moment, it looks like they want more. Vasus is also relieved here. Another German fan, it seems. I like Germany, but I've also always liked Cote d'Ivoire as well. So that's why this is an interesting game for me. And I did expect it to be tight. Germany getting two goals called back earlier on in the first half. I have to work through that those setbacks and just persevere through. And that is the hydration break now. 71 minutes in. All right, let's look at some of the stats as we get into the final stage here of this match. Being a bit of a treat. I've enjoyed this one so far. Hey, the numbers. Any big notices here? I think we're going to have to look. Yeah, Undav at a 7.2. Amiri at a 6.9 with the assist. They came on at the 60th, so they've only played about 11 minutes so far of this game. Frank Kessie at a 7.4. Sangari Uluai at a 7.5. So again, the midfield here for Cote d'Ivoire having a game. They're having a game here, whereas not great for the Germans. The midfield that they put in, Amiri has had a decent go at it. Pavlovich had a goal denied too, though. That could be a very different look. That was the one that's controversial and perhaps should have been counted. Is what it is. 62% of the possession, 1.29 to 1.2 xG, so fairly even shots, 12 to 8 on target, 3 to 2 touches in opposition box, 27 to 16. Chances, big chances, 4 to 2, big chances missed, 3 to 1. Passing was 462 at 90% to 277 at 87%. So what this tells me is that Germany have had more of the possession, has had more of the control of the game, but a lot of that has been a relatively negative or neutral. They've had issues getting it forward. It did take that one long ball delivery from Amirdi to just open up that defense finally. Finally in the 68th minute. Like, as the chat has kind of expressed, it was getting a little worrisome there as the game got deep. So 68 minute, yeah. I mean, once you get past that 70-minute mark, then it starts playing that toll mentally on you as you watch that clock disappear. So I would say game on advantage Germany at this stage. Cote d'Ivoire have to make some changes. And they are, of course. We'll get those changes up in a second. So it is a triple. Oh, we're going to have two Fofanas playing now, so that's going to be fun. Seko Fofana in the midfield. On for Sangare. Simone Adingra. Attacker on for Ahmad. And waiting for the final, Evan Guasson, another attacker on for Bonnie. So, two attackers and a midfielder. Should be interesting. Let's see how they affect the game now. And this was the advantage Ivory Coast were playing here, holding on to all of their substitutions until now with 15 minutes left to go. And they're going to be able to go at this one fairly hard for a solid 15, 20 or so minutes with the added time. Ivory Coast trying to win it here in the midfield and doing so. But the passing fails them. Shot. No, not winning the midfield. It is Ivory Coast with those substitutions now as well. Just not letting Germany through. They're trying to play up high, and it's like a trap. Like Cote d'Ivoire's playing a trap game here and clogging up the midfield, denying any passage. And anytime the Germans have been able to kind of get through that midfield, Ivory Coast, they've had the time to set in defensively, and it has been a non-issue. Again, Germany's goal coming from a long delivery. Getting to its mark, just breaking down the defense with a well-placed cross. But there's still no route on ground level for them. 13 gooses? Wouldn't it be 13 geese? Or how about 13 geeses? But they're saying hello. Hello there. Yeah, so 13 minutes left, and I don't know. Will Ivory Coast they put two attackers on. I feel like they want to get another one, that they do want to win this game. But from what I've seen so far, Germany has not allowed Ivory Coast to really get any meaningful possession. But it's now. One fed through and crossed in, but no one found. And Ivory Coast now trying to move it up quick and brought out to the right here. Diamandi charging on. Germany trying to get back. Diamandi's going to have to take this one on, but slows it up. Slows it up a lot now as, man, they really needed to attack that one. Because they brought it back to the defense, and Germany's now fully set into their shape. And what was a counterattack turned into, let's play it safe. Let's not get counterattack. So tentative there from Ivory Coast. And on one hand, you think that they want to take the win with the substitutions they've made. But on the other, you see plays like that, and it makes you believe that they are indeed okay with the tie. I'm playing it back all the way to Fofana now. German fans jeering Cote d'Ivoire at this moment. And it is frustrating. Very negative play. And Nemcha, does foul, gives up the possession. Diamande again. Trying to take on everyone. He can't do it all. He maintains possession, though. All the way back in the midfield. Brings it up to Singo. Now has to take his spot. Diamande coming through centrally, and that ball's blocked off. And Germany, can they mount the counter? As Singo was charging back huge on defense. Offense to defense. And now the strength here against Havertz. And it is a great show by Singo as he now goes down with cramp. Yeah. Is this more of the dark arts? Nagelsmann is losing it. Fourth official getting berated right now. Definitely the dark arts. I'm just battling it with Havertz. Ball goes out and then immediately holds his leg for cramp. So he has left the field. He is being treated, and that means Cote d'Ivoire now down to 10 men for at least a minute. So can Germany do something? And the ref stops the play because it hit him. More time wasting this time from the referee. All right, let's see. They can get their heads about him here. And they don't. Give an away counterattack now. Make that pass. Come on, Cote d'Ivoire. Oh, frustrating. They're not making the pass. They still have it now. Diamande again with it on the right, walking into the box. And, ooh, bad pass. He's still biting it down here with Verts, who wins the throw. Ulysses Woods waving the hands. How's it going, Ulysses? And another change for Cote d'Ivoire. That's Guela Doué. Yeah, for Singo, who is on the bench, not looking good right now. So that is 4 apiece. 82nd minute, both teams can make a final change. I look like Mandami. Isn't it Mama Dammy? Mamdami? Mandami? Is that his name? Talking about the New York mayor? Who are we talking about? How's my day going? Oh, my day's okay. Watching footy. And I don't feel bad about it because it's been a rainy day. So, is what it is. Gonna stay inside and watch some football. Yeah, Single looks like he's having a bad time. Wonder if he can recover 6 days' time for his next game. That might be a bit of a loss. Corner, though. Taken out top. Nobody's there to attack. They actually have to come back to receive that ball. Not great. But one back again. And the counterattack by Germany just stalled. And it turns Cote d'Ivoire's way. And then shot blocked off. But still battling the midfield and winning the midfield. It's these bad passes, unfortunately, for both teams that are keeping things interesting. But the players are tired. The game is getting sloppy. And the sloppiness plays more into Cote d'Ivoire's hands than it would for Germany. He wants to play clean and clinical. Diamande substituted now. And Pepe comes on. Final substitution is made. Germany still has one more. Interesting enough, as yes, it is Kai Havertz coming off, or I'm gonna say No, I was not expecting that. Leon Goretzka comes on, a midfielder. Interesting. Okay. See how they line up. They're going, is it more of a standard 4-3-3 now? Is that Mir? Yeah, Mir's playing as a striker now. Okay. Undov winning it and shooting it, but straight on to Fofana. Did I hear about the next bringing home the gold? Yeah, I mean, didn't everyone hear? I'm a Raptors fan though, so I don't really care personally. But I'm happy. I'm happy for New York, I suppose. You guys don't have the most, well, outside of maybe the Yankees, but you guys don't have tons of sporting success for how big a city you are. And oh yeah, somebody from the Cote d'Ivoire bench is getting talking to here. Getting chippy from the bench. Yeah, one of the coaches, training staff. One of them. Fofana getting the delivery. Oh, this guy's big. So big he can't stay on his feet, giving away. And that will be a foul. That will go to Germany. Time's ticking down, though. Yeah, it was a pretty clear-cut one. They're going long, but cutouts. Not quite, though. Germany do win it back on the rebound. Ivory Coast, though, quick to get into formation and decent defending here as, yes, launched out on the right side. Now Pepe is clear and crossed in. Oh, he didn't one time that in. What's he doing? Oh my God, the goal was right there. He coming in all alone on the left. Pepe passing it, just putting it on a platter. And alas, oh my God. And now Germany looking to come back from that let off. And there's 2 minutes left. And it's all tied up. And Wirtz puts one on. That was a big save. Big save there. Was it Brown that took the shot? Fofana, though, saving the day. It's out for a throw-in. Yeah. And Germany takes it quick. They're running on time. They want it. They think they deserve it. And they just cannot get it through. Liveling just smashes it to win the throw just to get some space. Final minute. Long throw into the box. Just defended out. Not good by Germany. Launches the number 9 Fofana. Through ball just closed off. Todd will get that to Manuel Neuer. Germany quick to bring it up again the other way. Cross in straight to Fofana. And he's going to take his time there and get booed by the German fans. They're showing the save there again. Oh, but no, this is another. Sorry, this is another. Yeah, the one that should have went in. Oh, he just takes. Why did he? Oh, that was just so bad. Watching it again. Back to the game though. Germany. Undov with it. Crossing it back to Amir, who puts it right on net. Nope. That was not. Well, you can tell he's not a striker. So. Oh man, Germany is playing with a substituted midfielder as their number 9 at the moment, and that's what you get for it. "90 minutes. Let's see what's posted up." Still, they typically have this figured out. We play on. We know there's at least 3 minutes. Amir's in the midfield now, but and Undav is at the number 9. Amir was coming off the center anyways. Yeah, but now Amir's up there. So I think they're swapping out. There's like some false 9. Undav is currently on the left. So maybe Undav is the left wing. They're interchanging a little bit though. And that's why I was interested when they put Goretzka on, right? So Amir did go up into the front line when that happened. Yeah, now unless Amir is just getting that high up onto the play, because currently he's in the midfield. So maybe that's it. Amir just coming up high on the attack. Right now he's sort of in the slot, so maybe more as a number 10. But they're playing so far forward right now that he's essentially, I think, playing more of a second striker role. He's that advanced. Regardless, so we don't have to get into the nitty gritty of it. But he is coming up the center, along with Undav. So they posted 6 minutes. Okay, so they finally got to it. Ah, man. Just, they cannot find lanes, Germany. They're going to have to go to the playbooks after this one, as they being essentially thwarted here today. Just such a great defensive effort. Oh, fed in, and that's in the back of the net. I think that's offside, though. It does count. They're not calling it offside. He was just onside. That's a Germany lead. That's 2-1 at the last. And again, the commentators curse. I did that twice today. Oh, man. Okay, well, we will see this again. I'm sorry for the delayed reaction. I don't think there's any contestation if this is a goal. Of course, the TV angle is a pretty horrible angle to determine offside, so I could have very well been wrong, but let's see here again. No, he's on. Yeah, the other defender played him on. Yeah, he. Was it Agbadu? Just that, and as I was glazing their defense, that was that one defensive mistake that just dismantles it for Cote d'Ivoire. Man, a 94th minute for that one. And I knew it was always going to be hard for them to defend for that long. Not producing any real offense, not taking the chance when it was there. And Undav gets his goal. Yeah, it's like daylight. I missed that last defender the first time. But on the replay, it's very, very clear that it's onside. And that is a goal every day of the week. And we are now into the final 30 seconds, and I imagine maybe a touch more. Vasu was also happy. Tight game. This is exactly what we would have expected out of a game like today, where it comes down to bonus time just to edge the other team out. And Germany haven't looked great. Haven't been able to break down Cote d'Ivoire, but that one time, and both their goals coming launched out from the midfield over the defense. And those are hard to pull off, and it's that little extra bit of quality that Germany can offer. That extra little percentage that edges out Cote d'Ivoire today. Not officially over yet, though. Yeah, it's just booted downfield, wasting the time now. And Cote d'Ivoire, he's been time wasting here today. Nagelsmann getting talked to again. This has to be over. It's over. And Germany take it. The final 90 seconds, they take it away from Ivory Coast. What a close match. Oh, what a show there today. And it is 6 points for Germany. Man, I know that was very nerve-wracking for the non-neutral supporters there today, but from a neutral perspective, that was a great watch. I loved it. Other than that last little mistake by Cote d'Ivoire, I loved the defense. Just frustrating the heck out of Germany, who, I mean, on paper, any day of the week, the betting line all would have pointed Germany's way. But I love it. I love that it did take that long to finally break them down. That's how close these two teams were. And you see on the field a bit of a mix. You got some sevens, you got some six. Undav on the brace, getting an 8.7, of course. Huge substitution. And Nagelsmann relying on his deeper bench there today as well to make the difference. Amiri getting the one assist as well, both from the bench. So, that's what it comes down to. We'll look at the stats. 59% to 41. So they slowly lost a bit of that possession there. 1.83 XG to 1.23. Total shots 16 to 9. Shots on target 7 to 2. Touches in opposition box 32 to 21. Big chances 62. Missed 4 to 1. Passing 554 at 89%. Accurate passes at 367 at 85. Again, things are very close. Germany edging out. They were the better team on the day. But just barely when it came down to it. The dark arts do not win today. It is the Germans. Let's look at the table. Of course, Ecuador, Curacao to play here later on tonight. But currently Germany at 6, Ivory Coast at 3. Ivory Coast with a win already, very much in a healthy situation right now. They can. I mean, they do play Curacao next. They can still very well carry on here, and they should take a bit of pride in their performance today and carry that forward into their last group stage here. Because I don't think their tournament is anywhere close to over. I think they have a very good shot, even in the round of 32. Let's see how deep they can go. They have not made the knockout rounds, but I think this team is good enough that they can maybe do something this year round. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today for the watch along. It was great. Follow me, subscribe, like on all platforms. We're on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and Assist. All the links to everywhere else are in the description. So please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the tournament. We are currently at 2401. So we got 99 to go. And just less than a month now. 29 days. So let's do it. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you to the regulars like BJ. And I call him back because it's Juventus spelled backwards Juventus BJ. So thank you so much. And stay tuned because I am going to do the Iran and Belgium game tomorrow. Round out the weekend. All right, guys. Smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Good night.